Hello, guys, and welcome to Football Fandom UK. So, doing a quick live stream tonight. It won't be that quick, obviously. It's full match watch along, but doing a live stream for today's game against in the League Cup. It's Liverpool versus Manchester City versus Liverpool in the EFL Trophy. It's a fourth round game. Should be an interesting one, guys. I think this is the first major fixture since the World Cup. Obviously, plenty of lower league games been going on, but I think this is the first Premier League clubs meeting since the World Cup. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good one, guys. A few of these players haven't played in the World Cup, so I imagine there's going to be a few of them chomping at the bit to play and to make an impact. So should be a good game with a bit of luck, guys. Let's hope it's a cracker. If you guys have got any score predictions, please do drop them in the chat. Be great to hear from you. And any thoughts on the game or anything with regards to the club season restarting would be great to hear from you guys. Oh. So just seeing that Liverpool's lineup is Keller, Milner, Gomez, Matip and Robinson at the back, Elliott, Bajic and Thiago in the middle. And sorry I didn't get a chance to see the forward players there, but I'm sure you guys are quite familiar with it. Looks like Liverpool lining up with a 4-3-3 formation. Not sure about Manchester City yet. I haven't seen their formation, but yeah, hopefully we're in for a cracker tonight, guys. It was a bit of a late planned stream today. I didn't actually think I would have time to do this stream today, but managed to just about get home in time and get it scheduled. So we'll hopefully it will be worthwhile. Fingers crossed. So it should be interesting to see how this one goes, guys, because like I said, there's a few players for both teams that didn't represent their country in the World Cup because their country didn't qualify or through injury, things like that. So yeah, so there's quite a few players that I'm sure are going to be eager to make an impact. And we've had an early chance for Manchester City, Erling Haaland, from about halfway inside the Liverpool half, running onto it, trying to break in behind Liverpool, and took a bit of a wild shot, but it's gone miles high and wide. So Man City with an early attempt, but it was wild. Looks like a pretty lively start up to now, guys. And now Darwin Núñez up the other end. He's had his shot blocked and it's gone out for a corner. But sure, both teams are showing intention to score and get on the score sheet early. Both teams going for it early on. We're only a minute and 18 seconds in, and we've had half attempts at both ends of the pitch, guys. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come. We've got James Milner about to take the corner on this near side for Liverpool. Liverpool pick up possession in on the halfway line after the corner was cleared. Definitely looks like both teams well up for this one, guys. Quite intense activity from players trying to get themselves into the game. Uh, how's it going, Stevie? Hi, guys. What's your score prediction? I'm going to go 2-2. Yeah, that's a good score prediction. 2-2 is a good shout, but I think we have to have a decision tonight. So it will, if it did draw 2-2, it would go to penalties. Because there is no replays anymore because the EFL have prioritised things for the Champions League. So unfortunately, we don't have any replays anymore due to the EFL discriminating against every other league within the football pyramid to suit a handful of teams at the top of the Premier League. So yeah, if it is 2-2, mate, it will be decided on penalties at the end of the game. I don't even think we have extra time anymore. That's how much the EFL have deteriorated with the way they manage this competition. So yeah, I think 2-2 would see it as penalties, but yeah, that's a good shout. What's my score prediction? I'll go for a 1-1. I'll go for a 1-1. Although I'll be honest, I'm hoping that Liverpool win this one. To be fair, because I don't. Man City have won this competition so many times in the last few years. We want to see different teams winning it, and I know Liverpool have won it recently, but that's only once. Man City won it about 3 or 4 seasons in a row. So for me, I would my preference to win it would be Liverpool. But I think it'll. I think you're right, Stevie. I think it will finish a draw. We'll have to see how it goes. We got a corner now for Manchester City on this near side. Shot corner to comes out to De Bruyne. De Bruyne kicks it in, but it's cleared, and now it's cleared up the field. And now De Bruyne picks up the pieces. I think it's De Bruyne anyway. Picking up the pieces at the back. That was a bit. Sorry, I had to question myself then, guys, because there was only De Bruyne in the back line. The defence for Man City was all the way up the other end of the pitch. So De Bruyne ended up being the last man at the back, so to speak, which is not normally where you see him. But yeah, Man City in possession on that halfway line on the far side. And now they switch the play to this near side with a long ball to Mahrez. But Robertson has picked it up and has cleared it, but only as far as the halfway line. And now Man City back in possession. If you're just joining us, guys, please do drop your score predictions in. It'd be great to hear from you, what your thoughts are on how the game's going to turn out. It's quite feisty at the minute. Both teams showing good intention that they want to get something out of this game. So it will be interesting to see how it turns out. And opportunity there for Manchester City. Played in, I think it was Haaland that picked it up. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it was Haaland picked it up on this near side, crossed it in to one of the Man City youngsters. I'm not sure it was, and he's fumbled it big time. I think the ball just came to him too quickly, and he pretty much had no defenders apart from the goalkeeper and one Liverpool player on the line. So he almost had a free shot on goal, but he messed it up. And now Liverpool in possession, deep inside their own half, under pressure from Man City, and looking to clear the ball, but I've only managed to clear it for a throw-in. But yeah, Man City pressing from the front in this one. So Robertson to take the throw-in for Liverpool. And the throw-in's taken, and it's cleared, switched. The play switched to the opposite side of the field. I think that's James Milner getting boos off the Manchester City fans. What that's all about, I don't know. maybe a bit of sour grapes from the Man City fans that Milner chose to leave, which is a bit delayed, shall we say? Because I don't know why Man City fans would have the about James Milner's play at leaving the club, considering how they was using him when he was at the club. There was good reason why he chose to leave for Liverpool, because he was going to get promised more guaranteed game time. So why fans feel it necessary to boo him after he's been left Man City so many years ago is beyond me. But Man City on the attack now with De Bruyne, but Liverpool have managed to block it at the back. See what you guys are saying in the chat. Joey, how's it going, mate? Hi, Gaz. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Appreciate you dropping in. I'm sure you're quite interested in this one, mate. If I remember correctly, you told me you was a Liverpool fan. So hopefully they get a good result for you tonight, mate. I've got to be honest. I don't. I'm rooting for Liverpool in this one tonight because Man City have won this competition too many times in recent years. I know Liverpool have won it once, but I like to see the trophies shared about a bit. If you get my meaning, not seeing the same teams winning it all the time. So if we've got to choose one of the two, I'd be definitely picking Liverpool because, like I say, don't want to keep seeing I don't want to keep seeing Man City dominate all the competitions. I don't have no problem with them winning competitions, but we want to see other clubs winning competitions so it's competitive. Because it doesn't look competitive when the same club wins wins competitions all the time. Opportunity there for De Bruyne, but straight to the goalkeeper. Liverpool playing a very high line at the minute, and it's a bit, from a Liverpool point of view, that would be a bit concerning with the fact that Man City seem to be looking to press from the front and get the ball up the field really quickly. So Liverpool need to watch out for that they don't get caught. Basically with Man City's players getting in behind when they're playing such a high line. But let's be fair, this is very, Liverpool are a pretty experienced team, so they do know how to play this tactic. It's just, it's a dangerous tactic. And a shot comes in from Erling Haaland, and I'm not sure if that took a deflection, but it is a goal for Man City. So just on the 10 minutes mark, and De Bruyne has scored the first goal. Sorry, not De Bruyne. Haaland, sorry. Has scored the first goal for Man City, but I'm not sure if he actually did score it because it might have took a deflection. The camera angle we could see did give the impression that it might have been deflected in. So we'll just have to see the replay. If you're just joining us, guys, please do drop your comments in. It'd be great to hear from you. I will come back to the comments in a sec. I just want to see this. Yeah, I think he just has scored it on his own, but there was a Liverpool defender quite close to him, and he's tried to. It's Haaland's goal. It's not an own goal. So yeah, just wanted to clarify that, guys, because in the full speed of the game, it was hard. It was difficult to tell whether it had actually took a deflection, but no. Unfortunately, it is Haaland's goal. So he's back on the score sheet straight after the World Cup. But Liverpool more than capable of responding to that. And normally, in my experience of watching Liverpool, when they go a goal behind, sometimes that can really kickstart them into action. So let's hope, from a neutral point of view, at least, that's exactly what happens, and Liverpool find their rhythm to make this a competitive game. And another opportunity for Man City, but it's cleared by Liverpool. Liverpool with the backs to the wall a bit at the minute, and a strong challenge comes in from De Bruyne. I've got to be honest, Man City not my favourite team, but I do really like De Bruyne. I just wish he didn't play for City. Joey's saying, yeah, mate, Liverpool. I thought he was, mate. Good to hear. At least you support a decent team, mate. Keaton, how's it going, mate? My nephew Keaton, great to see you, mate. Hard to choose, to be honest. Yeah, obviously, you being a Man United fan, I'm sure that you're finding this one a bit difficult to make a to have to have an opinion on of who you prefer to go through. But I suppose if you're looking at it from a United point of view, you would maybe opt with Liverpool, even though the rivalry's strong, because Man City are clawing their way closer to the tally of Man United and Liverpool with the trophy haul, and that's obviously what it's going to come down to. And obviously, Liverpool and Man United got a strong rivalry and strong competitive edge because of the amount of trophies that each club has won. But in fairness, if Man City keep winning trophies like they're winning trophies the last few years, then eventually they're going to close the gap on them amount of titles and trophies won, and they're going to start to become in the mix. So I don't know if that makes any difference to how you're thinking, mate. But yeah, like I say, any United fans out there would find this one difficult to decide which team they would prefer to win it. So yeah, maybe one thing. Well, like I say, we don't have the extra time or anything anymore, so it's not like you can, as a neutral. It's not even like you could wish for them to play extra time and tire the players out for future games, because there is no extra time in this competition, thanks to the infinite wisdom of that great organisation that manages the football league on our behalf. They've seen fit to scrap the extra time, to scrap the replays, to suit a handful of clubs, which, as you can tell by my reaction, guys, doesn't please me at all. But yeah, thanks for that, Keaton. Appreciate dropping in, mate. Opportunity for Liverpool, but it's offside. So he's saying it's still early. Come on, Liverpool. Absolutely, yeah, mate. Plenty of time yet. I wouldn't write Liverpool off. Obviously, Man City at home. They're very strong, aren't they, at home? It's always a difficult ask for any team at the minute to go to Man City and get a result. But if there is a club in the football league that is capable of it, it's Liverpool. So, like you say, mate, plenty of football still to play. Liverpool now need to get man back. Man City could have had a run going there, but he's gone out for a throw-in. Did kind of look for a minute like Liverpool might be caught with their pants down, so to speak, at the back with too many players forward. And I did mention it a little bit earlier, saying that Liverpool kind of taking a bit of a chance with this high line. And now Liverpool looking to get the ball out to that far side, but it's intercepted by Man City, and now they move down that far side. And Liverpool now pick up the ball in midway inside their own half. Play the ball forward. I think it's Nunes on the ball, but under pressure from Man City. Oh, the City fans have got a voice. That's the first time I've heard them in a long time. They're singing. I've not heard them sing for God knows how long. It's probably one of the quietest stadiums in the Premier League sometimes, the Etihad, isn't it? But yeah, absolutely, Joey. Well said, mate. Like I say, let's hope it's a good game. But, we don't want to see a one-sided game, really, do we, I suppose? Although I would take a one-sided game, I suppose, if it was Man City. I've got nothing against Man City. I just don't like their dominance and the fact that, let's be honest, the team is what's gone on at Man City has seriously upset the balance within the football league, and that is why I try to be neutral when I watch Man City, but it's difficult because all I see is their rich owners are damaging the setup and the structure of the football league, and encouraging more people like that to take over football clubs, as we're seeing with Newcastle So it concerns me, and I say that as a true football fan because yes, I love my club and I love football, but I want to see fairness throughout the league. I don't mind teams being on top, but there's got to be, it's got to be managed. The football league should be managed for the best interests of all teams involved, not just a select few clubs. And it's starting to feel like the AFL and the FA are managing the leagues to suit the big powerful clubs, and not giving much thought to the poorer clubs down the bottom of the league that basically are at the mercy of the AFL and the FA with decisions they make. So it kind of makes me a little bit bitter when I watch Man City. So Keaton is saying, I think I'd rather Liverpool because if we draw them in next round, at least we have a chance. Laugh out loud. Well, yeah, I think that's a fair point of view to look at it like that, mate. Although to be fair, I think Man United are capable of getting a result against Man City if they get their act together. The problem with the United is that the problems are within the club. And until you get a harmony within the club and the players wanting to be there, then you're going to always struggle to compete against the likes of Man City and Liverpool, because they've got balanced squads, they've got settled squads, they've got happy players that are happy to be there. And that makes a big difference, mate. It really does make a big difference. We all know that in any game, the difference between two sides can be the quality players. But to give them quality players the chance to be that and make that difference, you need balance in the squad. You need a happy squad. You need players wanting to be at the club, wanting to play for the club, feeling happy about the club they play for. And let's be honest, at the minute, that's in question at the minute with Man United. Hopefully things will start to improve. Because like I said, nothing against Man United. Yes, it's a great club. Oh, and it's a shot for Liverpool. And Liverpool have found an equaliser. How's about that then, guys? As I said, if there's a team in the Premier League that can humble Man City, it is definitely Liverpool. And there you go, guys. It's now 1-1. Just 10 minutes after City have scored, pretty much. 9 minutes. Liverpool have responded. And they have now stuck the ball in the back of the net. It basically come in from the far side. Cross came across the box, and it's basically tapped in front of goal. I'm just trying to see who actually scored the goal. But that happened quite quickly. But yeah, great to see Liverpool scoring, just simply because it put Man City, it'll knock their confidence so they don't dominate the game. And if we want to watch it from a neutral perspective, we want to see it end to end. And as we know, at home, Man City can dominate games sometimes. Excuse me. So ideally, we don't really want to say, we don't want to really see that, do it. So Man City on the attack now down the far side. Just about managed to keep it in. And they bring the ball back into midfield and switch it to this far side. And De Bruyne has made a pass. And it's gone out for a throw-in. I think he was trying to find Mahrez there, but it's ended up going out for a throw-in. He should have looked up. A bit of a disappointing effort, that, from De Bruyne, to be fair. Keaton saying... did I just read that? I think Ronaldo going will make a bit more happiness within the club. Absolutely, mate. It's really disappointing to see what's happened with Ronaldo at United, but I think it's best for club and player that he moves on. I think he's damaged his own legacy with how he's behaved recently. I've always respected him as a footballer. I've not respected him so much as a person because I think he's too in love with himself. Let's be honest. He's a top player. I love watching him play, but I don't like how in love with himself he is. You know, it's kind of like it's a bit vain. So yeah, for me, I think it's best for Ronaldo and Man United that he's moved on. And like you said, Keaton, hopefully that benefits the United players at least to find a bit more harmony. Joey's saying, get in, absolutely, mate. Great to see the equaliser. Like I say, personally, I no preference particularly over either of these teams, but if you would ask me to pick one, I would definitely go with Liverpool because, like I say, I've nothing against Man City other than the fact that their owner makes me like not Man. If I have any dislike towards Man City, it's because of their owner. It's not because of the players. It's not because of the fans. It's because of their owner. So unfortunately, when you've got oil-rich owners, and I'm gutted to say it, guys, but I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for Newcastle, and I've got a funny feeling I'm going to end up disliking them in the not too distant future with the riches that they've found themselves in. At the minute, I'm happy to see them improving because I think the Newcastle fans deserve to have something to cheer about. But once they start winning trophies like Man City do which is going to come at some point, then I think that's when I might start to dislike them. And it's not because of the club or the fans; it's simply because of the owners. Because I don't want to see who wants to see them kind of owners coming into the football league. They're buying football clubs for the wrong reasons, and that's my concern about it. But enough about that. Anyway, that's just my little bit of insight into my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but I believe in being upfront and honest, guys, and that's just my personal preference. So we got a free kick on this near side for Manchester City. Guys, if you're just joining us, please do hit that like button and drop your comments in the chat. Any score predictions you have. It's 1-1 at the minute, and we are 24 minutes gone, so still time for you guys to pick your final score prediction. And let us know your thoughts on any of the games over the last few days. You can even talk about the World Cup if you want. Some interesting news come out today about the World Cup. Not sure if you guys have heard it. But it has been reported today in one of the mainstream media newspapers that there is evidence to show that FIFA selected the referee in the England-France game deliberately because of to work against England because England complained. So work that one out, guys. A referee that was against England was deliberately picked by the football organisation that runs the competition because England complained. Well, I'm sorry, but that says all we need to know about FIFA, that they are, not managing the game in the best interest, that they have referees that are biased and they are aware of it, and yet this is the organisation that's running world football on our behalf. It's shocking, guys, absolutely shocking. But this is the channel to support because we will call them out. We will call them out on this channel. We will call out football authorities, football clubs that do not conduct themselves to a professional standards. And FIFA deserve all the criticism they deserve. I was shocked to read that today, that is the case, that there is evidence to back up that FIFA have referees that are questionable and that they know it. That is beggars belief, guys. That means that basically that brings the whole World Cup into question, into disrepute, that it might have been rigged because FIFA knowingly selected referees that will, have a preference of a particular team in a game. That is shocking. So yeah, guys, if you're just hearing that from me, go and check it out on the internet. It's come out in the news today, but I want to know your thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts on it, because for me, that is shocking, absolutely shocking. Keaton is saying, I think Newcastle have gone a different approach towards football rather than the City owners. Newcastle owners have bought average players. I give credit to Eddie for managing them. Yeah, absolutely. Keaton, well said, mate. I think they've done that because they had to, though, mate. I don't think. I think you make a good point, but I think they actually did. I think. I think a big part of the reason for that was because I think Newcastle's owners knew that they couldn't just come in and start buying big players straight away, because they did actually. They did actually go into the market. We just got a free kick coming in for City, but it's straight into the goalkeeper's hands. And now long ball up the field, which just goes to the other goalkeeper. Yeah, so sorry, back to what you were saying, Keaton. Um, I think with Newcastle, I think the problem is that the owners recognised they was going to struggle to get the top players with the state of the team as it was when they first took ownership of the club. And they did actually go in, or they were at least linked with some of the top players. But I think the fact that they got a negative response from some of the top players when they first came in made them realise that they was probably going to have to build an average team before they could build a top team, so to speak. Now, obviously, like you say, what Eddie Howe's done with that team so far is amazing. He's done a fantastic job, and it's great to see players doing well at a club that people maybe don't consider as top level players. They are good players, and I consider some of them players Newcastle as really good players. But I know a lot of the football community, or at least the younger football community, that they're more bothered about players with egos and big name players, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think Newcastle. I think you're right. It's great to see how they're going about it. They are doing it a lot more sensibly and a more steady approach to it. But I also think that they were kind of forced into that way of doing things as well, simply by the early response they got to some of the players that they attempted to speak to when they first took over. Because I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I'm sure I read when they first took over, they went to speak to Neymar. Now, why you would want to bring a player like that in is beyond me, because let's be honest, he's not going to help Newcastle with an average team achieve much because he's too in love with himself. So I don't understand why Newcastle would go in for a player like that. But apparently it was reported that they did speak to him. So whether that's true, I don't know. Let me know if you guys heard anything similar when the new owners of Newcastle first took over. But absolutely, thanks for that, Keaton. Great comment, mate. Thank you very much for that. Do you think, Keaton saying, do you think there should be some spending cap for top clubs so then they can sorry, I can't read that. So then they can smaller teams a chance? That's a tricky one. I've thought about that a lot. To be honest, it's a great suggestion, Keith. I think, to be honest, mate, I think from my point of view, I think the problem is we shouldn't need a spending cap. If the EFL and the FA and the Premier League were doing what is correct and proper to keep the balance throughout the leagues and help the money filter down a little bit more, then we shouldn't need a spending cap. And that's my honest opinion. I think that what holds the lower leagues back is the fact that the EFL and the FA and the Premier League all work against each other. They don't work together. They work individually. They work independently. They don't work together to benefit the best interests of the football league. And that's the biggest problem for the lower league clubs. I was saying it the other day about lower league clubs. We know they're not going to earn the same kind of money that the Premier League clubs, and nobody would expect them to. But surely the EFL and the FA should be doing more to help some money filter down to the lower leagues so that they can get their clubs, their pitches up to a professional standard. Let's have this right. Let me point this out correctly, guys. Remember, every league, Premier League, Championship, League One, League Two, are classed as professional football leagues, right? So if they're classed as professional football leagues, should we not have all clubs involved in the professional football leagues having a professional standard of pitches? So when you have games being called off in the winter at League One and League Two clubs because the pitch is frozen or covered in snow because the clubs can't afford to pay out for undersoil heating, they could probably afford to pay for this heating. They can't afford to have it fitted. And this is where the EFL and the FA should be doing more to address that problem so that all leagues, all clubs within the Football League can have their pitch upgraded to a professional standard. And that for me is just one perfect example of the fact of the inadequacies of the EFL and the FA and the Premier League and what they do, because they make absolutely a poor attempt to help them clubs, basically reach the standard that is expected. And I'm not saying you should give these clubs big lumps of cash, but there should be some sort of infrastructure, some sort of plan in place to help the money filter down so that these clubs can get their pitches to a professional standard. And if they did that, that's a massive step in the right direction. Forget the money, then at least the clubs could try and use the money that they earn to invest in players, invest in the club, rather than having to keep spending money on things like, heaters and pitch warmers and sheets and salt to grit grit the outside of the stadium because it's not, so there's a lot of things that the clubs are having to pay out for that the EFL and the FA could be helping with. They could, we see the national lottery guys. You play the lottery, you put your money into the lottery, yeah, and they take a percentage to give to charities, right? That is done because the lottery want to be seen. The lottery organisers want to be seen to be doing something good with the fact of the fact that they are a gambling organisation. So they want to be seen to be doing something good and giving something back to the community. So why can't the EFL, the FA, and the Premier League get together and do something similar for the lower league clubs? To get together and create some sort of financial pot that filters some money down to the lower league clubs to help them upgrade their pitch infrastructure. It's not a lot to ask, but they don't do nothing. They do nothing. And year after year, we see games being called off in the lower leagues because of frozen pitches. So yeah, it's a great suggestion, Keaton. But I don't think that's the problem. I don't think we should need to look down that road. We should be looking to why the EFL and the Premier League and the FA are not doing a better job of managing and doing what they're supposed to do to help the lower league clubs improve their infrastructure. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. You don't have to agree with me, mate. Obviously, that you're entitled to your opinion. But you asked me the question, and I know I've gone a long way about answering it. But I thought it was worth answering it with my honest opinion, and that's my true thinking that the EFL, the FA could be doing more. That they've got the power to do it. They've got the power. Just look at how much money the FA have just wasted on England. The players went out to that hotel and they had named sheets and named towels and little extras that the FA had paid out for to make them feel at home. Why couldn't that money be put? That same kind of effort be put into trying to help the lower league clubs reach a more professional standard with their pitch infrastructure? Because if they do that, it's going to help their players in the lower leagues play to a better standard. And a shot comes in from Manchester City, and it's blocked by the keeper and gone out. I think it's gone behind for a goal kick. But yeah, 35 minutes gone. Sorry, guys, just keeping you up to date if you're not watching it. I'm presuming you guys are watching this. But yeah, good opportunity there for Manchester City. And that yet again came from the hard work of De Bruyne with his effort. He's a top player, and he just shame he's wearing that blue shirt. So thanks for that, Keaton, mate. Hope that answers your question. Apologies, I went round all around the houses to answer it. Joey's saying, yeah, I agree, Keaton. Eddie doing a fab job with what he's got. Yeah, you guys are spot on. It is. It's amazing what he's doing. He's a really good coach. I think he potentially could be a future international manager. Um, and another opportunity headed for Man City, but saved by the keeper. Great save from the keeper there. Liverpool number 2 on the ball, well aware of what was coming, and made a good save. So we got an injury for Liverpool. It looks like James Milner might have a serious injury. Let's hope it's not too serious, but it must be something serious because, let's be honest, guys, he's a bit of a war horse and he will only come off the pitch if it's something serious. Otherwise, he's the kind of player that will just keep marching on and keep playing and run through brick walls, so to speak. So it must be something serious for him to come off. So it's Milner off and Nat Phillips coming on. So I would presume, guys, that is probably a serious injury because, like I say, you guys know football just as well as me. And let's be honest, it's got to be something serious for Milner to come off. He's a bit of a bulldozer, isn't he? He doesn't like to. He might not be the most fashionable player. He might not do all the fancy football work, but one thing he will do for you is work hard and give you everything he's got for the full 90 minutes. So it must be something serious for him to come off the pitch. So corner comes in for Man City, headed towards the goal, but goes straight into the keeper's arms. And now the keeper looking to get Liverpool on the move on the far side. And it's a loose ball that Liverpool lose. Man City pick it up. 38 minutes gone, guys. 1-1. So if you got any just joining us and you want to drop a score prediction in before half time, please do, guys. It'd be great to hear from you. So yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Just a bit of head tennis going on at the minute in midfield. But Man City have got the ball down now, moved the ball quickly to Haaland, but he can't get it under control and it rebounds into the feet of a Liverpool player. And now Liverpool trying to get the ball up the field, and a sloppy pass from Andy Robertson basically goes, well, I say sloppy, it was a good pass, but it wasn't very accurate, and it ends up going to a Man City player. Sorry, guys, just expecting Man City to have another opportunity here. They're building inside the Liverpool half, passing it around, and just sense that they're probing Liverpool to get another opportunity on goal. Cross comes in from the far side. It's deep, but it floats past everyone and floats past Mahrez, who it seemed to be intended for, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Which gives a great chance to come to some more of your comments. Keaton is saying, it's nice to see an English manager do well. Joey, I do actually enjoy watching them this season, unless it's against United. Well, that's fair enough, mate. Yeah, like I say, I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for Newcastle, and I think it's just because their fans are so passionate, very loyal, and they've not had nothing to sing or shout about for a long time now. So for that point, it would be nice to see them have a little bit of success. To see the Geordie faithful have something positive to enjoy from their club after years of nothing to get excited about, apart from maybe winning the championship. But other than that, they've had, let's be honest, they've had a really tough 10 years or so at Newcastle with the previous owner Mike Ashley. But thank you very much for that, Keaton. Well said, mate. Joey saying, laugh out loud. Yeah, I get that. I get that. In time, I bet he will be England manager. Yeah, I think that's a good shout from you guys. I do expect that myself. He's showing. Well, he's showed, and he now this is his second club that he's had that he's shown what he's capable of. I know he's been at more than just. I'm sure he's been at more than 2 clubs, but it's 2 clubs where he's made an impact in it. Apologies, guys, if I'm yawning. It's been a bit of a long day, crazy day today. So I didn't expect to do this one tonight. I didn't think I was going to make it home in time, to be honest. But I just about did. So yeah. But yeah, absolutely, Joey. I think he is a future manager. But let's hope he brings some smiles to the some more smiles to the Newcastle fans, because like I say, obviously in time we'll have plenty of time to hate them in the future if they start spending money like Manchester City. We'll have plenty of time in the future to start disliking them. But for now, as a football fan, I would be happy to see Newcastle fans having something to shout about after, like I say, after a long time of having nothing to shout about. But we don't want them to turn into Man City. That's the thing. But yeah, you guys might think differently. Let me know your thoughts. But for me, yeah, that's my only concern with Newcastle. Great tackle at the back from Liverpool to stop Haaland getting in on goal. And now the ball is in on the halfway line again with Manchester City. Dylan, how's it going, mate? PFC_DY4 is Dylan. Hi, mate. How are you? I'm good, thanks. Great to see you, mate. Hope you are good. And let us know if you've got any score predictions for this one. And are you looking forward to coming to for your club coming to Bolton in the new year for the EFL Trophy game quarterfinals? That I think, in it, mate. So yeah, great to see you, Dylan. Thank you for dropping in, mate. Always a pleasure. Keaton's saying he'd be better than that. Yes, man. Southgate. I like that. Well said, Keaton. So Man City on the ball, on the halfway line. A bit of tackles coming in from Liverpool players, but Man City managing to keep the ball and moving up the field. Out on this near side and now pass back into midfield. City just looking and probing for spaces in the Liverpool back line. I think Liverpool seem to be sitting a little bit deeper now than they were, which is probably a good thing. And we're just coming up 45 minutes. So let me know, guys. Be great to hear from you. Do you think which team do you think needs this second half? Needs the halftime break the most. Do you think who's going to benefit from the most, should I say? Do you think it'll be Liverpool for Klopp to reorganise them and get them more into the game, or get them getting up the field more? Or do you think it's Manchester City to actually try and turn the screw and get a result against what, let's be honest, what one of Man City's toughest opponents? Because as we know, whenever these two clubs come together, it's always a 50-50 game, and you can't always call it. You might want to, but you can't always call it. Guys, if you're just joining us, please do hit that like button and drop your comments in the chat. Be great to hear from you. Man City on the edge of the box with a shot, and it's gone high and wide. And now we are 2 minutes added on time, guys. 45 minutes gone, so 2 minutes added on. But yeah, that shot was high and wide for Man City. And it definitely appears that Man City is struggling to getting behind Liverpool. So they're looking to take more attempts on goal from outside the box. Yeah, that was it was a good effort from one of Man City's youngster, but failing to hit the target. We got a foul for a tackle on a Liverpool player. I think Carvalho as it's just a shoulder badge. Two players coming together, but yeah, it is a clear foul. That just two players coming together. Not much in it, but it was a clear foul because the Liverpool player was in possession, making a run, and the Man City player closed the gap and basically just knocked him off the ball with a shoulder barge. So we got a free kick here for Liverpool. Ball comes in, and it's a good shot, but it's gone wide from Nunes. You'd think a player of his caliber would be able to get the ball on target. It's a bit disappointing from him, but we have to give him a little bit of understanding the fact that he's not played any proper competitive games for a few weeks. So I'm sure Klopp and Liverpool were looking for him to get his match sharpness up and running as soon as possible. But yeah, thanks for that, Keaton. Well said, mate. Joey's saying, there goes the halftime whistle, guys. So it's finished. First half, Man City 1, Liverpool 1. Second half to come. So there's plenty enough full second half yet to decide the game. But that gives you opportunity to catch up with some of the comments from you guys. Joey's saying, completely agree, mate. I give him a chance. I gave him a chance to start with, but no, not for me. You've lost me there, mate. I'm not sorry, Joey. I'm confused. Are you talking about Gareth Southgate, or are you still talking about Newcastle? Apologies, Joey. I've you kind of thrown me off a little bit with that comment, mate. Apologies. I'm just going to give him a chance to start with. But I'm presuming you're meaning Gareth Southgate. I'm presuming. So if that's not who you're meaning, Joey, please do let me know in the chat to correct me, mate. But I'm presuming you're meaning what we were saying about Gareth Southgate. But if I'm wrong, just let me know in the chat, mate. Apologies if I'm wrong. But yeah, I'll take that as Gareth Southgate. So thanks for that, Joey. But yeah, I think a lot of fans are getting a bit disheartened now with Gareth Southgate still being in charge. Yes, he's done great things with England, but I've said it myself a few times. For me, he doesn't have that fire in the belly to help England reach the final and actually get a trophy over the line. He's got everything it takes to get us close to it, but not actually get that cross that final line of winning a trophy. You need a manager that's got a bit of fire in the belly. Well, that's just my opinion. You guys might think differently. That's fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion. I'll respect your opinion. Might not always agree with it, but I'll respect it. Joey's saying, I reckon Stevie G could be within shout in the future. It could be in with a shout in the future. You mean for England job? Yeah, well, yeah, I think he could, mate. But to be honest, I want to see Stevie. I've got high hopes for Stevie G. I'm a big fan of Stevie G, and I've got high hopes for him to do better. I was disappointed to see him leave Rangers to go to Aston Villa. I thought that was a big gamble because he was doing well up there. He was learning. He was getting some valuable experience as a European manager as well. The pressure isn't quite as intense up there to win week in, week out. You can get away with the odd defeat in the Scottish League. So for me, I thought it was a bit of a bad decision that he moved to Villa. And I didn't think it was going to end well, and it proved that way. So I was really gutted about that. But let's hope, and from an England point of view anyway, let's hope that he does better in the future and picks the right job. I think it might be a good idea that maybe he went and managed a lower league club just to get a bit more perspective and a bit more experience under his belt. Because as we're seeing, look at Frank Lampard. He's jumped from Derby to the Premier League, and since he's jumped from Derby to the Premier League, his managerial career has been struggling. And this is what I mean. I think sometimes players getting, ex-players, former players, whatever you want to call it, they get influenced too much by the media and the fact that they're a big name. And it's kind of like, do what's right for you. Do what's right that's going to develop your career and make you a better manager or have a better opportunity of being a top manager in the future. It doesn't all come together straight away, and managers need to, young managers coming through need to show a bit more patience. If it's working for you, why change it? Why change it? Why take that plunge? If it's going well for you, just stick with it. It's not like these managers are coming to the back end of the career and it's their last opportunity to manage in the Premier League. Managers like Stevie G and Lampard are going to have plenty of opportunities in the future to manage Premier League clubs. So for me, I think they should show a bit more professionalism and a little bit more intelligence to themselves to recognise that not to give into that pressure and expectation. Just because they were top players in the Premier League doesn't mean to say they have to go immediately and try and be top managers in the Premier League. The more experience they get, the more chance they have got of being a top manager in the Premier League. So, yeah, it concerns me because obviously I want to see English managers, Scottish managers, any managers within the UK be successful. And when they jump from club to club, just trying to get higher up the ladder, it can damage their potential. But that's just my opinion. You guys might think differently, and that's fine. Let me know your thoughts. Dylan is saying, I agree, Joey. Cool. I think, like I said, I think you guys are right. I don't think we'll see it anytime soon. I think, but yeah, in the future. But like I said, I think with a manager like Stevie G and Frank Lampard, them kind of managers, young managers, even Southgate, I'm not happy about him because let's be honest, guys, as much as he's done well with England, you stick him in a club job and let's see how good of a manager he is then. When he's got it week in, week out, let's see how good of a manager he is then, because we have seen him as a manager at a club level and he didn't do as good as he's doing in England. He struggled. So it's a lot easier to be a good manager when you've got big breaks between games and you only manage a handful of games and then you get another big break. But how good are you when you're playing week in, week out? And let's be honest, guys, as much as Gareth Southgate might have done good things with England, and we respect that, and we thank him for the good things that he's done, we have to be honest. Do you consider Southgate on the same level as the likes of Guardiola and Klopp? Do you consider him on that level? Because if you don't, then that's what I'm pointing out to you. That is the kind of manager, we need that kind of manager to get us to win a trophy. Gareth Southgate isn't on that level. So he's not going to get us to win a trophy unless it's by luck. And so for me, that's the way I look at it. I don't put him in that same bracket as them top managers, the likes of Pep Guardiola, Klopp, and what's the other guy that I forget the other guy? What manages? I think he's managing Real Madrid at the minute. What's he called? Oh, you know what I mean. He managed Liverpool. Sorry, not Liverpool. Everton before he went to Real Madrid. I forget his name now, but you know who I mean. But these are all managers that have been there, done it, worn the T-shirt and achieved things with club football. So yeah, like you say, I think Gareth Southgate got an easy ride with the England job for me. Joey saying hi, DY4. Top man, Joey. Great to see you guys getting to know each other in the chat. Appreciate that, Joey. Thanks, mate. PFC _DY4. Dylan is saying, I'm saying 3-2 Liverpool win. Right. Well, win on penalties. Right. Fair enough. So what's your score prediction then? If that's your penalty, is that your I'm presuming that's your penalty prediction because we'd have to have a draw, wouldn't we? For it to go to penalties and get that end up 3-2. So yeah, that's a good shout, Dylan. But what are you saying for the draw? What 1-1, 2-2? 3-3, maybe even. Maybe you're being a bit braver and going with a 3-3. I don't know, mate. Let me know in the chat. It'd be great to hear what draw you think. Is it going to stay the same, 1-1, or are you expecting a few more goals, Dylan? But that's a good shout, mate. Where was I now? Keep losing my play. I hate this new thing. I'll be glad when we find another one to try, guys, because I'm not impressed with this melon. It helps me lose things in the chat, which is frustrating. All right, where was it further down? There we go. Sorry about that, guys. The melon, it's weird. It's hard to describe it how it shows it me in the thingy. It's completely different to the other thingy we use. But unfortunately, I've got to stick with this one just temporary for the minute until we find some others to use. We're trying them out, guys. We're trying them out so that in the future we can pick the right one when the channel becomes more popular. So it's unfortunately this one it is good. There's good aspects to it, but the chat is not good. The way it blocks off some of it sometimes. Dylan is saying, yes, mate, nervous, but I have a feeling you guys will beat us. We're doing ever so poor right now without a league win since September. Yeah, but there's another few weeks to go before then, Dylan. So you guys might actually put a bit of a winning run together and get some confidence in the team. And as you know, mate, in a cup game, anything can happen in a cup game. It's a one-off game. And sometimes home advantage can make all the difference. Sometimes it makes absolutely no difference. So, yeah. Like I say, let's put it this way. Obviously, from a Bolton perspective, I want my team to win. Of course, I do. Especially the fact that it's a quarter-final opportunity for the club to reach a semi-final. Yes, I know it's only the AFL trophy, but after the difficulties my club's faced over the last few years, any kind of cup success would, be really good for the Bolton fans. Just to get that feel-good factor running through the club again after the difficulties of the last few years with owners. And I'm sure it's very similar for you guys at Portsmouth. It's disappointing that you guys are coming up against us because I actually would like to see you guys reach the cup final to maybe remind your owner of just what the club is capable of with the fact that he's not investing anything in it. If you could reach a final without his investment, imagine what you could achieve with his investment. So maybe you guys doing well in a trophy, in a cup competition, would make him wake up and smell the coffee, so to speak, a bit more, and realise that he's the owner of a club that's got massive potential. It's up to him to put his hand in his pocket and show confidence in in the club that he owns. Or at least do something to get some new investment, sell some shares or do something. But yeah, like I say, mate, few weeks to go till you play us in January. Sorry, so you never know. Your form might improve by then, mate. But thank you very much for that, Dylan. I appreciate that, mate. Joey is saying, I think you might be right. Think it will go to penalties. Well, could be. Hopefully, well, I always like to try and see games get decided actually in the 90 minutes. That would be cool. But if it goes to penalties, it goes to penalties, I suppose. It's definitely possible because, like I say, it's always difficult to tear these two teams apart in any competition. So, yeah. I don't know what you guys think of the new screen. I don't think you can see it very well. I think the light, maybe just if I can shine a light away. I don't know if that, no, it doesn't seem to make any difference, does it? But yeah, it's a good, I thought it was a good screenshot of goal posts and goal pitch with snow falling on it. And I made that the other day. So yeah. Let me know if you like that, guys. I'm not sure if you can see it though brilliantly. So let me know if you can see it and what your thoughts are. Dylan is saying definitely a strong possibility, mate. Yeah, I think you're right. With the way it's gone so far, 1-1, I think we could see another goal either end, and then it could potentially go to penalties. So we'll have to. Sorry, guys. We'll have to see what happens in the second half. Joey's saying, who you support, Dylan? Great to see you guys talking amongst yourselves. Big Portsmouth fan, Dylan. Joey's saying, Liverpool, mate. Yeah, sad to see Portsmouth not doing great. Not long ago, they was doing okay. Yeah, I think they're sleeping giant, mate. Joey, I don't know if you agree, mate, but I think Portsmouth are a bit of a sleeping giant at the minute. And they're not treating the fans very well at the minute either. I've been hearing some unbelievable stories about what's going on in Portsmouth. I'm sure you're aware, if you're a long-term football fan like me, they've got a very passionate football fan that likes to wear all the colours, ring a bell, and make lots of noise and get behind his team. And apparently the other day he was blocked out the stadium from attending. And it shows that, and he's being discriminated against by his own club and his own fans, because his own fans don't like him because he makes too much noise. How the hell can you make too much noise when you go to a football team? You go to watch your football club to get behind your team. So if he makes too much noise, imagine if the cop went down to Portsmouth. Would they get kicked out because they make too much noise? I've never heard so much nonsense in all my life. A football fan pays his money all these years, and because suddenly he's not fashionable anymore, his own clubs turn on him and his own fans. That's a disgrace. What happened to no discrimination? Shocking. Absolutely shocking. And some fans trying to justify it because he rings a bell and annoys people. Well, I'm sorry, but last time I checked, when I first started going football, you could ring a bell, you could play a drum, you could play a trumpet, you could make noise. Because that's what going to a football game is about. Getting noisy and getting behind your team. And now we're hearing a football club like Portsmouth, struggling in the lower leagues, want to discriminate against one of their oldest and longest loyalist fans just because he wants to sing and make noise and show passion. It's an absolute disgrace. It really is shocking. I was stunned when I heard that last week. Absolutely stunned. Dylan is saying, fair mate, yes, disappointing. A lot of unrest at the club right now. Going to be big couple of months ahead. Yeah, like I said, Dylan, I think you guys are a sleeping giant for me. I think you'll find your way back to your best. I just think at the minute you guys are definitely just having a tough time of it. But as I said a couple of times now, you're a bit of the club's big enough to get back up there and compete. You just need the right ownership. And sorry, guys, an early second half goal for Man City. 46 minutes, only a minute into the second half. Man City have took an early lead in the second half. It's Man City 2, Liverpool 1. I'm just going to tell you what happened now. Sorry, guys. Come back on that quick. I was reading the comments, didn't realise. So it's a bumbled shot from the left-hand side of the pitch and into the midfield. Cross over to Mahrez. And Mahrez just basically cuts right through the Liverpool defence and slots the ball in the far corner, and not much the goalkeeper can do about that. He went the right way, and it was a good shot. Goalkeeper did try and get to it, but the angle was just too much for him to get anything on. So now Liverpool restart the game. We'll come back to the game in a sec. Just try and get through a couple more comments. Adnan Hussein, apologies if I'm not reading your name correctly, mate. My bad. Brunel, we've got another goal, so I can't even turn to the comments a minute. We got another goal for Liverpool. Second goal for Liverpool scored by Mo Salah. Can you believe this, guys? I got to read the comments, and then there's 2 goals in quick succession. So Liverpool level it up. It was a long ball from down the far side, passed up to the halfway line, and then Liverpool getting in behind on Man City, running into the box, and a cross from, I think it was from Nunes. Yeah, from Nunes into Mo Salah, and he taps it in. And one of the players that was also involved in that, then, guys, that we've not seen for a while, because he's been suffering from a lot of injury plays, was Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. So it's great to see him involved in that goal for Liverpool. Like I say, he was. I think he's playing out on the left-hand side for Liverpool, and he was very much involved in that goal. Right. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. That happened so quickly. I didn't. It didn't. Right. It looks like. Oh, for crying out loud! Sorry, guys. Just bear me a second. Got technological gremlins again. Sorry about that, guys. Just as usual, technological gremlins liking to create me unnecessary problems. Crying out loud. So just gives go to some of the comments while we wait for that to load up. Uh, Adman Hassan Brunei turned in here. How are we all? Yeah, we're good, thanks, mate. Great to hear from you. How's things with you? Always a pleasure to see new faces in the chat, mate. Oh, what is going on here? Sorry, guys, I've completely lost the thing here. I'm waiting for it to load up, but it's not doing it. Oh, for crying out loud! Well, I've come. Sorry, guys. You'll have to wait. It's just, it's completely kicked me out for some reason, so I can't even let you know what's going on in the game. Sorry about that. But yeah, we're doing good, mate. It's great to hear from new fans. Always a pleasure. And yeah, so appreciate you dropping in, mate. Let's rattle through some of the comments while we're having. Stevie Allen, hi, Adnan, doing good, mate. How's you? I don't understand what it's doing. Just unplug it and replug it in. I've just tried that. Sorry, guys. Just trying to fix the technological gremlins. So frustrating with this stuff. I think we're getting there now. Sorry about this, guys. I'm getting really irritated with this keep happening now. Right, I think we're yeah, I think we're back with it now. There we go, guys. Sorry about that. That's sorted. It's back on now. Sorry about that. I can't bloody hear it. Sorry, but like I say, apologies, guys. Just sometimes that happens. It's just technological gremlins, and unfortunately, it's because my studio's in the back part of my house, and the internet connection modem, whatever you want to call it, is in the front of my house, so creates um, it creates signal problems occasionally. I'm going to try and sort the problem out in the new year, but unfortunately for now, we have to stick with using Wi-Fi. So Man City have taken the lead again. Just scored a third goal for them, so now they're 3-1 up. Um, so yeah, um, 58 minutes gone. A cross came in from the this near side, and it was crossed in by De Bruyne to the far post and headed in. I'm not sure who actually headed it in. I'm just trying to work that one out, guys. Aki. Yeah. So third goal for Manchester City. Um, but as we've seen, Liverpool more than capable of levelling it up. They've done it twice, and hopefully they will come do it a third time. Goat Sports watch alongs. Yo, hello, how's it going, mate? Um, Score predictions. We did score predictions in the first half, mate. I predicted a 1-1 draw, but we're way past that now. So yeah. Um, but if you have a final score prediction, mate, you're welcome to share it. Thanks for dropping in. Always great to see new faces. Stephen Allen. All can make out is snow. All right, on the screen. Yeah, I know it's not the best picture. I've got another one I've edited. I'll have to put that one on and see if it's better. I think it's white in it. The floor is all the background is white because that's where the snow's fallen. It's just blurring out the picture a bit too much. So it was worth a try. It looked good on the when I was making it. It's just not come out that good with it showing on the camera. So apologies about that, guys. But I'm trying. All we could do is keep trying different stuff and see how we are. But yeah, trying, and it's a bit disappointing, to be honest, how it's come out. Um, but thanks for letting us know, Stevie. Appreciate that, mate. Aaron Hart. All right, guys, mate. How are you? I'm good, thanks, mate. Appreciate you dropping in. Great to see you. Always a pleasure to have you involved in the stream, mate. How's things with you? I've not seen much of you since the Bolton game. Been a bit quiet from you, mate. Normally, thought you might come on and at least give me an explanation to how the under-21s played so badly in that last 20 minutes. Although to be fair, mate, I watched the whole game and they played good. I did say it at the time, they played well for 60, 70 minutes. I think they just run out of legs in that last 20 minutes or so, just through the fact of not being as match fit as Bolton's first team players. So I think that was the difference between the two sides. But yeah, but your nil for Bolton didn't come true, did it, mate? I've got to point that one out because you were telling me we weren't even going to score, if you remember. So I have got to point that one out. But yeah, it's great to see you, Aaron. Always a pleasure, mate. And let us know your thoughts on this game if you've got any, mate. Dylan is saying, sorry, mate, I have to hop off. Now I'll try and join towards the end if I have any spare time. Hope you guys have a great Christmas and a happy and safe New Year. Thanks for that, Dylan. Appreciate that, mate. Apologies if you've already left and I've missed it. Like I say, unfortunately, I've been getting hit with a lot of technical gremlins the last few streams, which is really starting to annoy me. But what can you do? You can only work with what you get. And as we keep growing the project, hopefully I'll be able to get better technology and improve things as we keep building. It's just unfortunate at the minute. I have spent quite a bit of money and invested a lot of time and stuff into getting this set up. Because if you guys watched the channel when we first started, that was I used to do it in my kitchen. I used to do the streams in my kitchen. We actually now have the proper fan den studio set up. But like I say, it might look very basic, but it actually did take a lot to get it to come together. So unfortunately, like I say, we will step it up further in the future, but everything's got to be done in stages as we continue to develop the project and build the channel. So yeah, but thanks for that, Dylan. Hope you have a great Christmas as well, mate. I'm sure I'll probably speak to you before Christmas Day on social media or something. But yeah, thank you very much for dropping in. Always a pleasure, and have a good evening, mate. And if you come back, great. But if not, it's not a problem, mate. I understand if you're trying to get things together with Christmas literally right on our doorstep now. But yeah, like I said, once again, Dylan, cheers for dropping in, mate. Always a pleasure. Stephen Allen, happy Christmas, Dylan. Thanks. Absolutely well said, Stevie. Appreciate that, mate. Aaron, what's the score, guys, mate? It's currently Man City 3, Liverpool 2. It's actually been a pretty good game, to be fair. and it's 64 minutes, just at 64 minutes, so 64 minutes gone. And Liverpool come from behind twice, so it's possible that they could do it a third time. It's been quite an active game. It's been actually quite refreshing to watch a game like this after watching so much World Cup football. Because let's be honest, international football is slightly different, isn't it? It is slightly different. But yeah, so thought I'd jump on this one tonight. But if you're interested, Aaron, obviously I know you're not sporting, but I'm busy all day tomorrow. But I'm hoping to get home in time to do a live stream for a Scottish game tomorrow because there's two Scottish games on tomorrow evening. So fingers crossed. It depends. I'm not promising. Don't take it as definite. It depends what time I get finished because, like I say, trying to work still at the minute and also trying to get Christmas shopping and you know what I'm on about, guys. It's all that boring stuff that we have to do before Christmas, before we get to sit down and just enjoy a beer. Well, all that stuff I'm still in the process of doing. So, like I say, fingers crossed, mate. Aaron, if you're about tomorrow, I'm going to try and do one of the Scottish games tomorrow if I can get home in time. I'm not promising, but I will do my best. Because, like I say, we definitely need to give some coverage to the Scottish League. So just thought I'd let you know, drop that in. If I get a chance, I will definitely do my best, mate, but I can't promise. But yeah, like I say, we're just going to have, looks like we're going to have some substitutions. I'm not sure if it's one or two, but looks like Man City making a substitution. And the ball gone out now for a throw-in, so I think we're going to see the substitutes made. Guys, if you're just joining us, please do drop your comments in the chat. It'd be awesome to hear from you guys. No, it looks like the throw's going to be straight off the mat. That was a weird throw. That looked like a free kick, not a throw. Maybe that was a free kick instead. But yeah, it looks like we're going to see in a few minutes a substitution for Man City. But it looked like they were going to do it then, but it's not actually happened. I'm really pleased to see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain back playing, guys. I don't know if you guys feel the same or whatever, but I'm disappointed with his career so far because he showed when he was at Arsenal, he showed so much promise, didn't he? And even at Liverpool, he showed glimpses of it, but he struggled so much with injury, and it's just really damaged his career. And it's so disappointing because I think he's a player with a lot of talent, and it's just he's very injury prone, isn't he? It just seems like he's very injury prone. Which is disappointing when you know that he's got is a quality player. So yeah, but love to know if you guys think the same. Do you glad to see him back? Do you think he can make a claim in this Liverpool team, or do you expect him? Expect him to be shipped out in one of the next transfer windows? Let me know your thoughts, guys. But like I said, from my point of view, definitely happy to see him on the pitch after so long out. Aaron is saying, "Yeah, mate, I've just been very busy, especially with the lead up to Christmas. Been very hard to come into the streams, but I have managed to come in tonight. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. If you're busy, that's understandable, mate. I was only saying it as a joke. I'm not. Don't take it serious. I'm just trying to have a little bit of crack with you, mate. But yeah, if you're busy, that's fine, mate. Understand. I never ever expect you guys to come on all the streams. I was just making a bit of a joke because obviously the last time I've seen you properly to speak to in depth, I think was just before the Bolton game. So yeah, but yeah, no, don't take it the wrong way, Aaron. I was just making a bit of a joke, mate. But yeah, hopefully you've been getting all your Christmas stuff sorted and getting your school stuff finished and what have you. So yeah, have you got? I'm not sure if you sitting your exams? Are you sitting your exams this year, Aaron, or did you do them last year, mate? Um, Thiago coming off and Naby Keita coming on for Liverpool. But yeah, sorry, Aaron. But yeah, like I say, don't take it, like I said, don't take it the wrong way, mate. No pressure. You come on whenever you've got the time. If you're busy, I'll always respect you guys. I've got other stuff going on, mate. So thank you very much for dropping in, though. Always great to see you. Aaron also saying it's been a great game so far. I think even as a Man United fan, Man City vs Liverpool is probably one of the best matches to watch. So competitive, and both teams usually just go for it. Absolutely, well said, Aaron. I couldn't have said that better. To be fair, mate, both teams do make really good watching when they come up against each other, don't they? So it doesn't matter whether you like them, love them, hate them, whatever. Just to watch it from a neutral point of view, it's always a great, in recent seasons anyway, it's always been an enjoyable game for any football fan to watch. Just because, like you say, Aaron, like Aaron said, it's, when these two teams meet, they're both gonna give the other one, try and match the other's intensity, and it's always going to be a very competitive game. Or at least it works out that way most of the time. But yeah, well said, Aaron. Thanks for that, mate. Aaron also saying we don't speak about my predictions for Bolton vs Man United under 21s. Absolutely horrified prediction from me. They were very good. So absolutely horrified prediction. A horrific prediction from me. They were very good, the youngsters. I was impressed. Yeah, I was, mate, to be fair. They did. I was impressed with them for the effort and desire they showed for that first 60, 70 minutes. Like I said, I think it was obvious. They just got tired in that last 20 minutes. You could see it. After the effort they'd put in the first 60, 70 minutes, you could see in that last 20 minutes, the legs just went. It's just and all that's down to is a lack of match sharpness, and it's just probably through the fact the youngsters don't play as many games as first team players. So yeah, but for me, like I say, I agree, Aaron. They were pretty good overall. We've just had a chance for Liverpool go wide from Nunes. I think we are seeing a substitution now for Manchester City. Yep. Palmer and Haaland coming off, and Grealish and Foden coming on. Why? I don't understand it, guys. Can you answer this? We've seen that Grealish and Foden were being used by Southgate quite a bit as subs, and Pep Guardiola's also doing the same thing. Do you not think it's a bit disrespectful considering the talent these two players have got? You can't expect them to show that talent when you're only giving them 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes here and there. For top players to show their best football, you have to play them regular. That's the only time you get the best out of top players, when you play them regular. So the fact that we keep seeing Foden and Grealish played, randomly, being set on the bench, coming on for the last 10, 15 minutes of games, you're not going to get the best out of them. You're not going to see their best football because you're not giving them match time. You're not giving them enough match time. These, it's like a racehorse. If you don't race it, it'll start to get slower because you don't race it. So I'd love to know your thoughts on that, guys. But it's something I noticed quite a bit, especially with obviously the World Cup as well. For me, it's just disappointing that to see them keep coming on as subs, because they're let's be honest, in any other club, they would be on the first team sheet every time. Any other club, pretty much, in the Premier League, they would be the first names on the team sheet. So how is it that Man City in England think that they can afford to leave them on the bench? That's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Let me know your thoughts on that, guys, if you've got any. It'd be great to hear from you. Sorry, did I read? Oh, yeah, I read that one, didn't Stephen Allen, laugh out loud. Well, I presume that's with regards to Aaron's comment, which was a pretty good comment, to be fair. Aaron's saying, would love to see a Scottish game straight stream. It's completely understandable if you can't make it, mate. I'm sure the fans won't mind that. Mind what game it is tomorrow. All I know is Dundee United playing on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday is it's some an earlier kickoffs in it for the Scottish Premiership on Saturday. A lot of the games are kicking off at either dinner time or 2 o'clock kickoff, and I won't be able to do the Saturday ones because I will more than likely be out doing last minute Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve. So unfortunately, I'm going to miss that, which is why I want to try and get home tomorrow night and try and do one of the other Scottish games. I think there's 2 on tomorrow, but I'll see if I can get home. It's not that I don't want to, mate. It's just like I say with I'm still working. I'm still working tomorrow. Tomorrow's my last day at work before Christmas, and also Christmas shopping to do as well. So you guys know what an headache that is at this time of year. Believe you me, I'd rather be here streaming to you guys than going out shopping. I hate shopping, absolutely hate it. It's the most boringest thing in the world for me. Unless obviously it's shopping for motorbikes. That's different. Don't mind shopping for motorbikes. But unfortunately, they cost a lot of money, so I can't afford to go shopping for motorbikes at the minute. But yeah. But you know what I mean? If it's a man cave, it's fine. We'll go shopping in a man cave. But other than that, I hate shopping. But yeah. But like I say, you will be seeing whatever happens, Aaron. We'll be seeing. As I said in World Cup, I will turn my attention to try and doing some Scottish games. So you will see in the next few weeks ahead that I will get something. Do a Scottish game. Do a Scottish game or 2, hopefully. Like I said, I'd like to jump on that one tomorrow, but all depends on how my day goes. So, guys, we'll come back to comments in a minute. Just a quick update on the game. 76 minutes gone, still 3-2 to Man City. Liverpool in possession on the far side, looking to actually create something. But at the minute, they're passing it about rather slowly from down the wings and then back to as far as the goalkeeper, which is strange. When you get yourself that far ahead, how far ahead they were with the ball. But as we know, today's game, guys, is very much, a lot of clubs today are very much about possession. Even Liverpool, who do play a more direct style of football, also do have long spells of possession in games as well. Mo Salah on the ball on this near side. He's tried back heeling it and lost it to Man City, and that's why I'm not a big fan of this fancy football back heels and just pass the ball. Just pass the ball and make sure it's an accurate pass. Stop trying to be fancy. And Mo Salah has just kind of cost his team an opportunity there. For instead of just passing it simple as you like, he's tried some kind of mad back heel, and it's ended up going to a Man City player. I'm all for fancy flicks and tricks at the right time, guys. But when you're losing in a game, is that the right time to be doing fancy back heels and stuff like that? And now it's all going off, guys. Now it's all going off. We've got players getting their handbags out. You know what I mean? Fabinho was in the middle of all that. He's obviously something's gone on between him and the Manchester City player, and the Manchester City player reacted like an overgrown baby, to be honest. Gone straight over to Fabinho, pushed him over, sent him flying, and I don't even know what kicked that off then. But that Man City player should definitely have a yellow card for that, for completely unprofessionalism, to be honest. It's Rodrigo that's involved in that. Right. So it was a tackle on Fabinho and Rodrigo. He didn't like the tackle because Fabinho's basically put in the tackle, and he's ended up catching him with like in a scissor movement. Now, I'm not being funny, but I've got to be honest, guys. I like Fabinho. I think he's a hard-working, tenacious player, and the reason I like him is because he's Brazilian, and you don't. When I was growing up, you don't see Brazilian players playing like that, and he does play like he's kind of unique. He plays the old style of playing. He's very defensive minded midfield player. He'll get forward, but he'll also get back and out defend, and that's rare these days. But he'll also do the dirty work as well, and you don't see that from a lot of Brazilian players. We're doing it. We're seeing it now in more modern times because we're seeing Fabinho do it and Firmino. Both like to get stuck in with the dirty work. But let's be honest, guys, in generations gone by for the Brazilian team, that wasn't something we saw a lot of. And now Andy Robertson is having a bit of a ding dong with the same player that's just had a ding dong with Fabinho. And if there's one thing I know in life, guys, if you're going to start getting your handbags out, you don't want to be upsetting Andy Robertson. He's got a bit of that Scottish fire in him, and he likes to he likes to let it be known that he's a no nonsense player. So that's I've got it. There's too many players I mean, honest guys, that's why I've got a soft spot for Liverpool, guys, because there's too many players in their team that I like as individuals, not because of the team they play against, just because I like them as players. But that's probably because Liverpool suit the style of play that I like in football. I'm not too impressed with the Real Madrid style of play where it's all tiptoe and tap dancing. You know, I like hard working. I'm old school. I'm an older guy. You can't blame me for that, guys. I like the old school style of play where it's, you know, good old fashioned men, you know, putting in every effort they can to win the game and prepared to take a knock and a bash and a kick once in a while and man up and just deal with it, you know. But unfortunately, the way the game's going these days, you can't even, as we saw in the World Cup, you can't even scuff a leg now without somebody wanting to cry. So just let you know, guys, if you're not watching it, Wayne Rooney is in the stands watching this one. I presume he's watching it as a neutral. So yeah, let's see what Aaron is saying in the chat. Aaron saying, "Nah, mate, it's fine. I know it was a joke. Just wanted to apologise for not being in the streams as often as I would like to. Like I didn't realise it was the Bolton first team, though. It was Bolton's youth. Oh, I thought it was Bolton's youth. Yeah, mate. No, it's the EFL Trophy, and it's not the club's choice to play it like that. It's the EFL Trophy. That's the EFL's bright idea to play. To make that they came up with it a couple of years back, basically, with the idea to put the youth teams in from the EFL, from the Premier League and the Championship to compete against the League One and League Two first teams in the EFL Trophy. And it was their idea, the EFL and the FA. It was not the club's idea. So yeah, that's why that competition's played like that, mate. I thought you knew it. I thought you knew it, or I thought that was just common knowledge, to be fair. So, but understandable. Obviously, you I know you're a big Man United fan, but a competition like the EFL Trophy is not a competition that United compete in, other than the under-21s team, obviously. But the first team don't compete in that competition, and obviously your other team, your main team, is Dundee United. So there isn't. I don't think there isn't a competition like that up in Scotland that I'm aware of. Is there? Or is there? I don't know. Is there, Aaron? Is there a competition that's similar to the AFL Trophy? Remember that in the English, I'm not sure if you know, in England, it's the League Cup, it's the FA Cup, and obviously the leagues, and then you also have the EFL Trophy, and the EFL Trophy is for League One, League Two clubs to play against Championship and Premier League under-21s clubs. It used to be before just EFL clubs, so Premier League clubs didn't even used to be in it. It used to be just exclusively EFL clubs. But like I say, the EFL and the FA came up with a brainwave. Somebody electrocuted one of their brains, and they decided to come up with the idea of changing the competition. I think maybe one of the directors at the EFL, maybe got a visit from Mother Nature on his way home and actually got um, thought that would be a good idea. I don't know, but it's not proved very popular with fans. I'm not sure it's proved very popular with fans because, to be fair, you can see with that with some of the attendances at some of the games that it's not a very popular idea. So I don't know. But yeah, let me know, Aaron, if there's a competition like the EFL Trophy in Scotland, because if there is, I'm not aware of it. Or if I am aware of it, I hadn't realised that's what it was. So guys, 3-2 still, and it's 84 minutes gone. Just seeing Man City have had 8 shots on target. Liverpool have only had 2 shots on target. So you'd expect the home team to be creating a bit more, but it's a bit better than a bit more, in it, if you get my meaning. Liverpool picking up possession midway inside the Man City half. Ball out to this near side, but it's Man City who picked up possession but lost it again to Liverpool. And now Liverpool looking to get in behind from Man City, but Man City pick up the pieces at the back. And now Man City moving down the far side and into midfield, and another tackle for Fabinho. That's clearly something that Man City players are not liking. But he does it well, doesn't he? He does it well. You can't knock it. You know, we can't have this attitude of just taking, tackling out the game because, it's part of the game, isn't it? It's part of the game. But at the minute, it seems unfashionable to be having players that are prepared to put good old-fashioned tackles in. Liverpool on the move, looking to get in behind, but the goalkeeper came out to it and cleared it up the field. And now Man City pick up the pieces just inside their own half, and now switch the play out to this near side. So yeah, Henderson putting himself about as you would expect. And Man City switch the play out to the far side now from this near side. Ball comes back into midfield. As you would expect, Man City just doing their usual passing it around at the back and trying to keep possession to stop Liverpool having any efforts on goal. Looks like the game might be decided without penalties, guys. I know a few of these thought it might go to penalties, but it's looking like it won't be that way. We're just about to see another change for Manchester City. I think this is an injury, not actual tactical. I don't think this is tactical, guys. I think it's actually an indirect. So it's Gundogan going off. I think it just took a knock. And Bernardo Silva coming on. What a change that is there, guys. What a change. You can take off quality and bring on quality. They're so spoiled, aren't they, Man City fans? They really are. To have, that kind of player sat on the bench. It's really, it's really disheartening when you look at some of the other teams and how they're struggling to even put a bench together. So Man City now in possession and with the goalkeeper, ball up the field. Oh, apologies for all the yawning, guys. Just really tired today. And now it's out on this near side for a throw-in to Liverpool. 88 minutes, 88 and a half minutes remaining. Guys, got any remaining comments to drop in the chat, please do. It'd be great to hear from you guys before we call it a night. So Liverpool, really, she's so good at doing that, and he is so good at drawing them fouls from nothing. I couldn't play against a player like that because I'd be calling him out. I really would. I'd be going nuts at him. Get up. What's the matter with you? Can't take a tackle. Honest, I would be going nuts if it was me on the pitch and I was seeing that. So Man City restart the game with a free kick at the back on this near side, and they now switch the play out to the far side of the pitch, just in possession on the halfway ball, but now a long ball forward trying to get in behind Liverpool's defence. De Bruyne putting in the work there, but unable to make anything of it, and it's gone out for a goal kick to Liverpool. Liverpool now building from the back out on this far side. Pass back inside. They need to get the ball forward if they're going to have any chance of getting something out of this. We just had the extra time added on. Is 4 minutes, guys. So it's 4 minutes added on time. We're on the 90 minutes now. So 4 minutes. Liverpool on the attack with Nunes. I think it was Nunes, and I'm not sure if the goalkeeper took a bit of a whack there because the goalkeeper came out to the ball really, really quickly. Then responded to Liverpool's attack. He came out to the ball quickly. And I think he might have took a boot off his own player actually. Then Darwin Nunes coming with the ball, and one of the Man City players coming right behind him, and clattered a little bit into the goalkeeper. But I think he's okay. I think it's just a bit of a slight knock as they went past him. But I think the goalkeeper is okay. So just looking at the stats here for Kevin De Bruyne, amazing assists 2. Chances created 5, and there were some others there. Sorry, I didn't get to read them. But what a player he is! He's unbelievable, isn't he? You don't have to like Man City to appreciate what De Bruyne does on the pitch. I think a lot of it does get overlooked by the football pundits, and a lot of people in football sometimes do overlook the work rate that he puts in. For me, he's an amazing player. I like players like that, guys. So I like players that put in the hard work, and he's that kind of player. Now it's out on this near side for a throw-in to, I think it's to Man City. So ball back with the goalkeeper. Keep a long ball upfield, headed back by Man City, and Liverpool pick up the pieces just inside Man City's half. And now looking to get in behind with a ball up forward down this near side, but it's kicked out by a Man City player. I'm not sure of it. I think it's gone out for a throw-in. I think. So 92 and just coming up to 93 minutes. So 1 minute remaining of the added on time, guys. So it looks like unless Liverpool can pull something, a miracle out of the hat to get to level it up with this last minute remaining, it's looking like it'll be Man City going through to the next round. Ball passed back to Liverpool. Long ball up the field from the Liverpool goalkeeper. He's had a pretty good game, the Liverpool number 2 keeper. He's done pretty well, I think, tonight. Liverpool in possession on the far side, but under pressure from Man City, and managed to keep the ball under pressure from 2 players. Quick throwing. Liverpool looking to keep the momentum going, building up this near side, and now it's gone out for another throwing. Rebounding off De Bruyne. I think Liverpool definitely determined to try and get one last shot on goal. But in fairness, Man City doing everything they can to make life difficult for Liverpool to get that last chance. Throw-in comes in and it's hoofed up the field by a Manchester City player, but only as far as the halfway line. And Liverpool pick up possession and now pass it back to their own keeper. Long ball coming up the field, straight into the middle of the park. And now Man City pick up possession inside their own half. And looking to get forward, but it's now gone out for a throw-in on this near side. And the full-time whistle's gone, and it is a victory for Manchester City. So it's Man City 3, Liverpool 2. Disappointing from Liverpool perspective, but good, obviously, if you're a Manchester City fan. And to be fair, there weren't a lot to separate the two teams, guys. Both teams made this a cracking game. It's a bit of a shame, but one of them has to go out because they're both teams capable of getting to the latter stages of the competition. And just seeing that a few Man City players down on the pitch, feeling the pace of that game, I think. But that's understandable because some of the Man City and Liverpool players have not played much competitive football in the last few weeks because some of them haven't actually played for their country during the World Cup. So it's understandable that some players might be feeling it a little bit in their legs. Shocking to see that some of the England players, the likes of Jordan Henderson, not so long ago playing for England in the hot weather in Qatar, and here he is on a cool winter night in December playing for Liverpool after not being back from Qatar very long. So I'm sure his body clock's all over the place at the minute, guys. If you've got any final comments to share with me, guys, please do drop your comments in. We'll be calling it a night in a moment. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the match starts out off the top of my head, but both teams making it a good game, and it was end-to-end. But Manchester City just edging it in the end with that third goal, and Liverpool just not finding a response to it. But after coming from behind twice, I think, and away from home as well, I think Liverpool players can be pleased with their efforts. But I think the fact Liverpool are out of this competition should worry Manchester City. They might be pleased that they've got to the later stages of this competition and knocked Liverpool out. But if I was a Manchester City supporter, I'd be concerned that you've knocked Liverpool out, because one thing we know about Liverpool is they are awesome in European competitions. And the more they get knocked out, or more they find it more difficult to get anything out of domestic games and achieve something domestically, the more they will put all their eggs into the one basket of the Champions League. So expect in February that Liverpool will be chomping at the bit in the Champions League and probably want to make up for their mistakes in the domestic league. That has meant that their season is kind of petering out a little bit in domestically, because they're struggling in the league. They're now out of the Carabao Cup. So they're basically, there's very little chance they're going to compete in the league for the top end of the table for, well, they're definitely not going to compete for the league trophy, are they, with the start they've had. But yeah, really all left for Liverpool to compete for now is the FA Cup and the Champions League. So if you're a fan of any club, I'd be concerned about Liverpool not having much to compete for now in the domestic league, because it's just going to mean they're going to go for it more in Europe. We see it. I've seen it so many times over the years, guys, that Liverpool, the more that they struggle in domestic football, it normally affects the way they play in Europe, and it means that they play better in Europe. They normally respond to their poor form in the home in the English league and respond by playing really well in Europe. So do you expect we'll see that? Because I do. I've seen it so many times. So yeah, it should be interesting to see how that goes. But it's Manchester City that march on to the quarterfinals. And obviously the draw is later tonight. So I'm not sure what time the draw is for Liverpool's. But Liverpool obviously out of it now. So Man City will be looking to see who they get in the draw. If you guys just joining us, please do feel free to drop your comments in. It'd be great to hear from you. Want to hear your thoughts on the result. Do you think it was an evenly matched game? And do you think the Manchester City deserved to come out as league winners? I would love to know your thoughts on that. Sorry, get match winners. Sorry, love to know your thoughts on that, guys. If you want to share your opinion, please do hit that like button, guys. It'd be much appreciated. Help us get a bit more visibility. We are a pretty new YouTube channel, so we're not very well known yet within the YouTube community. So hitting that like button would help us out a bit. If you don't mind, guys, it would be appreciated. So, like I say, for me, from my point of view, I think it was a pretty evenly matched game. I thought both teams played well. Both teams really went for it from the first whistle. To be fair, it was very scrappy, and we had two really early chances at both ends of the pitch within the first few minutes of the game, which kind of gave a sign of how the game was going to go, and it proved that way because both teams played really well. Whenever Man City rescored, Liverpool tried to respond to it. Obviously, Man City taking the lead three times and being pegged back twice by Liverpool. But like I say, in the end, it was Manchester City who came out the winners at the end of the game, and they're the ones that march on to the quarterfinals. So I'm just going to quickly run through. Going to quickly see what teams will be in the hat for the draw. So obviously Wolves won Gillingham 2-0. So Wolves will be in the hat for the quarterfinals. Southampton with a 2-1 win on Tuesday night against Lincoln City. So Southampton into the quarterfinal draw. Newcastle with a 1-0 win against Bournemouth on Tuesday as well. So there, Newcastle is also into the quarterfinal, which is amazing for Newcastle fans. But I bet they're absolutely bouncing up there in Newcastle to see their team get into the latter stages of the competition for the first time in quite a while. Leicester City also into the quarterfinal draw after winning 3-0 against MK Dons on Tuesday night. Charlton also going into the draw. So Charlton with a 4-3 win against Brighton on penalties last night, and Nottingham Forest going through with a 4-1 win over Blackburn last night. And obviously, also last night was Man United beat Burnley, with Man United going through 2-0. So that's the teams to be involved, guys. It's Man United, Man City, Charlton, Nottingham Forest, Leicester, Newcastle, Wolves, and Southampton, all into the quarterfinal draw and involved in that part of in the final stages of the competition. I think the competition's a little bit behind this year, guys, because of the World Cup. Because we would normally be seeing the quarterfinal games around now and be seeing the semi-finals in January for the final to be played in February. That's the normal way it usually goes. But unfortunately, we're not seeing it that way this year. So, and that, like I said, I think that's a big chunk of that is down to the World Cup interfering with the club season. So, yeah. So it should be an interesting draw, and we'll have to see what happens in the draw. But anyway, for me, for now, guys, that's about it. I'm going to call it a night, go and get some food because I've had nothing to eat since I came in from work. Just literally jumped straight on the stream. So hopefully it's a good draw, and look forward to seeing you guys again on future streams. Thanks a lot for joining me. To all you guys that have dropped in today, it's been great to have you involved in the chat. Really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Possibly tomorrow, But if not, we will definitely be plenty of streams during the Christmas period. So I hope to see you guys uh, very soon on a future stream. Okay, guys, take care. Speak to you soon. And that's it from me for now. Bye.